Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at Challenge Magazine number 42 from Game Designers Workshop, GDW. Miss old GDW. Neat little cover. And then we go into the inside. The adventures of the century await in Space 1889, a GDW house ad. And we get another house ad, Death Watch program for 2300 AD from GDW Games in Bloomington, Illinois. And then we get look at the table of contents. I always like the way they did the table of contents in Challenge with the bigger area. I realize it's because they didn't have as much to put in the magazine. So it was a bit of a space filler, but I still always liked it. And this is from 1989. I'm looking down here. Published bi-monthly, so I may have to spread these out a little bit more. I'm going to overrun my timeline. Yeah, it's 89. And we get a nice memo from the management, which is Lauren K. Wiseman. And of course, as every issue, or since the advent of Twilight 2000, we lead with an adventure for Twilight 2000, A Rock in Troubled Waters. Lots of Twilight 2000 support. They were really pushing this game. This game did pretty well. And as I've said many times before, I did play it a little bit. One of my players had it, actually, and he GM'd it. So just continuing on through the adventure for Twilight 2000, we get another house ad for Space 1889 Adversaries. These were actual lead figures for Space 1889. I never bought any of these. I didn't buy any of these Space 1889 stuff. I like some of the fiction from that time on that topic, but the game itself never interested me. And then we get a look at, for Space 1889, The Biology of Liftwood by Marcus L. Rowland. So we get some nice species that live out in the Space 1889 space. And then we get a challenge showcase. Let's see. For Space 1889, the 4 Adversary 25mm miniature set for Space 1889. It's kind of a review / ad for them. And then we get a look at the Adversaries, which again were for Space 1889. I wish they'd put as much emphasis on Traveler as they did on that, as far as figures go. And now for 2300 AD, we get a look at Italy in 2300. That's kind of neat. They've got the Colosseum under a dome and all the downtown ruins under a dome. That's pretty cool. That's actually starting to happen in our real world for some of the ruins. And again, we continue on with the adventure they look at Italy for 2300 AD. And then we get a look at Battlescape. This worked beautifully for Battletech. I had never owned any of the Battlescape stuff. I did see it at a couple of tournaments back in the day, and they were highly prized and highly sought after because it's 3D terrain with a grid printed on it, perfect for Battletech. And then we get a look at Manhunt for 2300 AD. This is a 2300 AD adventure, and with the Kafir War coming to a general resurgence in the far-flung colonies, you have to deal with the Kafir, the bad guys of this setting. And then we got a look at the GDW product distribution, all the countries they used to distribute to. GDW used to be huge. I miss GDW. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that. And we got to look for 2300, Leatherneck's on Aurora, an American Marine article. So we got to look at the Marines in 2300. A nice little outpost. Again, played a little 2300 AD. I ran it. I liked it. It was fine. I'll stay with Traveler though. I like Traveler. We get a nice look at Air Power, the Journal of Air Combat Gaming, for Air Power Publications, LaGrange, Georgia, and new source material for use with GDW's Air Superiority and Airstrike, and new for Mega Traveler, detailed Starship deck plans in 25mm from Seeker. I know I have the lab ship. I don't know if I have any of the other ones. AV-90 Marine VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing for 2300 AD. Where you from? Mac Homeworld Determination for American Characters for 2300 AD. There we go. There is some Mega Traveler in this issue. I used to feel like that, by the way, when I'd buy the issue and I'd start paging through it and I'm going, okay, come on, where's the Traveler or Mega Traveler? Pirates of the Blood Asteroids. That's kind of neat. I don't remember this one for Mega Traveler. And it's a short one. It's just a 2-page article. From Peace to War, an examination of government policymaking in the war-torn Mega Traveler universe. And then a nice ad for the various Mega Traveler books from Digest Group Publications. These were some of the best books published in the 80s. These were outstanding. It's a shame that they're still being held basically behind a paywall. I wish they would be brought out and could be enjoyed by everybody before they get so outdated that they're not really usable anymore. And then we got a couple of ads here. Wait a minute. What was this finishing up? Which article? Got lost in my little... Oh, that was From Peace to War. Okay. And then continuing and finishing that article. Then we've got Share the Adventure, High Colonies, the science fiction role-playing game from Waterford Publishing House in Vancouver, BC, Canada. We ship worldwide every day, The Weekend Warrior. This is a big deal in the late 80s. There was no internet yet. It was around, but nobody really had it. So there wasn't this kind of stuff. You couldn't just click on something and order it. And then we got to The Adventures of Tomorrow, Voyages in Worlds of Science Fiction Gaming. Starlines Publications out of Mesa, Washington. And then continuing out the article, some little Mega Traveler artwork. And then the Traveler News Service. Yes, I really enjoy the Traveler News Service. That was how we kept up to date with what was going on in the rebellion. And then Mega Traveler, Fighting Ships of the Shattered Imperium. This is an ad for a really good house book that I like. I know it's kind of divisive. A lot of folks didn't like the starships of Mega Traveler, but I still like this book. The Imperial Research Station Beta for Mega Traveler. I always liked this kind of stuff, where it would set aside a little bit and would back off the rebellion a little bit, and we'd go to just a side adventure. And this adventure requires the Mega Traveler rule set, the Azanti High Lightning, and Alien Module 6 Salamani may be helpful. That's kind of cool. It's going back to regular Traveler. And then we got a nice look at the map, or the deck plan. And finishing out that, we go to, still not sure what the Ides of March means to you. Is your favorite team trying to hold on to the last place with a vengeance? Now's your chance to cut loose in space combat. Twin Engine Gaming out of San Jose, California. Don't know those guys. And then we got a nice look at Tourist Trap for Traveler, Mega Traveler. The Nullian League provides political and military security in the Hinterworlds. Against encroachments from both Margaret's Domain and the Salamani Confederation. So this is just a nice little neutral zone kind of area. I always appreciated these adventures in Mega Traveler, especially because so much was focused on the rebellion itself. It was nice to just kind of let your hair down a little bit and just go somewhere else. As I've said in the past, when I was running Mega Traveler, I ran a couple of different games. I ran one where they were behind the claw and really unaffected by Mega Traveler, and then I ran a couple down around the Salamani Rim where they were having to deal with the effects of the rebellion and various problems. And then finishing out that article, we get a fantasy role-playing by mail from Heroic Fantasy, Flying Buffalo Incorporated at Scottsdale, Arizona. And then Quest Games offers us discounts on new games. They are the Recon Company. You can get a catalog from them. Enlist now in a new style of adventure, 20th Century Tactical Studies Group, TSR, or TSG, and they were out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And an Armored Assault from ICE, Iron Crown Enterprises. Armored Assault's a neat little game. I've got to get around to rereading those rules. I have played it, just not in a long time. I'll have to reread the rules. I'll present it on the channel. And then we continue with the Next Generation. To boldly go where no man has split an infinitive before. A Star Trek parody. Okay. So it's a Star Trek parody. I'm not a big one for gag articles. I'd rather just get some stuff straight up, but oh well. Then we get Operation Cormorant, a Starfleet Intelligence Command mission summary for Star Trek. And then we can take a look at Challenge back issues. Vargir, eat your favorite copy. Step Tiger, destroy the last issue. Don't despair, we have more. And this was from... It's got a nice little breakdown of what was in each of the issues, too, which I always liked. And I'm not sure who this is from. You can order by phone. Have your Visa or MasterCard ready. And And then we get Operation Pile Driver, Starfleet Intelligence Command Mission Summary. So Starfleet Command, Star Trek game was still pretty popular at this time. I had played Star Trek a little bit. That's another one I didn't own. Another one of my players owned it, and we played it under him. Federation Merchant's Log. So we get a couple of short adventures here. And then we get some classified ads, which is kind of neat. Still in-game. I like that. And this finishes out the article. It's cool. The Inquisitor of Yest. And for Warhammer 40K role-playing. Warhammer 40K. I like showing these to my son Adam. He plays Warhammer. And I just get a kick out of his reaction to some of the older articles. And this was kind of a, like an adventure quest kind of thing, where you jump from place to place. That's kind of cool. New for 2300 AD from Seeker, the SS Virginia, and Grand Alliance from Simcorum Systems. It's a fully computer-moderated play-by-mail game out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Challenge reviews. We have to look at a game called Expendables. I'm not familiar with that one. Operation Overlord for 2300. Neuromancer, a cyberpunk role-playing adventure. Cyberpunk I was always very aware of, but I never played that one. Star Web from Flying Buffalo. It's a play-by-mail. And then we got to look at the challenge classifieds. These were kind of neat. I would always look for people that were looking for games in my area or had stuff for sale in my area. This was, I never found either, but I always looked every single time. And we are the future of play-by-mail gaming, and they are the next Empire Cyborg Games. And they were out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got an ad for Tribes. Heathen Thorn Enterprises out of Baltimore, Maryland. And an ad for International Hobby Corp out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then we got to look at what's coming next issue. Challenge in the future. So we got to look at some of the releases coming. Dragon Magazine have been doing that for a while now, so GDW jumped on that pretty quickly. And the next issue, issue 43, we got a nice look at what's coming. Feedback results. They always took feedback in that little mailer card you can tear out. And then we had an ad for Battletech, 20-year update, and Heir to the Dragon. I like both those. And then, of course, the back page, Temple of the Beastmen for Space 1889, a board game. 49 map tiles, 98 event cards, 10 character cards from Game Designers Workshop. So there you have it. Challenge number 42. I'm probably going to take a break from Challenge for a little bit. It's not one of my more popular features anyway. But since it's bi-monthly, I'm actually getting further and further ahead. So I may take a skip. I don't know. It'll depend on reaction to this video. Pretty much everything I do revolves around feedback and views. It's the only real metric I have to see what people like and what they don't like. So we'll see. I may be skipping Challenge for a little bit just to kind of let the issues catch up with time. So that's all I have for today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. See what you can do to help out on the Patreon. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.